Welcome to the American Crappie Trail National Championship. It's Championship Saturday on Sardis Lake, Mississippi, sponsored by Lucas Oil. This is the final day of a 3-day elimination tournament that started with 100 boats on the water on day one. The leader at the end of day one was the B&M team of Daniel Porter and Jeremy Aldridge, whose tactic of spider rigging over underwater cover netted them a bag of 11.14 pounds. On day two, only 50 teams were back on the water, and although the crappie were scattered instead of schooled on structure, the bass tank solo act of Kevin Rogers used his one pole, one jig strategy to come out on top with 11.16 pounds and a 2-day total of 21.92. Now on day three, only 25 teams remain. Who's going to come out on top, taking the number one slot and their share of over $130,000 in cash and prizes? Find out as Championship Saturday gets underway right now on the American Crappie Trail.
It's day three here, ACT Championship. We're changing up our strategy a little bit today. We're in 13th place, started out in 12th on day two. Dropped a spot yesterday, but we've been consistent on our way.
We keep moving to new areas all the time and just keep coming across better and better fish. So I think we keep making the right move in the right direction every day. So feeling pretty good about today.
Our spot's been pressured. We're hoping they're still there today, but hopefully fish moved in overnight. So we'll see what we can do.
We fell off. We were in second on day one. But like I said, we couldn't get a big fish bite. We didn't see the fish that we'd been seeing, and we're assuming they've moved out in the open water, and we're just going to chase after them.
Yesterday was good. It was different, is what I'm saying. Day one, I caught maybe 80 crappie. Yesterday, I only caught 20, but the 20 that I caught were actually big. If I can have a good morning, who knows? I'm in first place. We're going to go out and we're going to go fishing and get 7 bites. That's all we're looking for.
Here we are, Matt, the last day at the Lucas Oil Championship here on Sardis Lake. You know, the blast off this morning was so moving. The American flag, the national anthem, and the look on these guys' faces. I'm so proud of our sport.
It's come a long way. The 25 that fished today, did you see the face, the look? It was gut-wrenching to know that they had 8 more hours to fish. You got Kevin Rogers leading it, sponsored by the Bass Tank. He's leading it using electronics to find fish on visible and underwater cover. He's covering a lot of ground. He's moving, he never stops. You've got Brian and Darren Young, the Pro-Built Jigs sponsored team, that are doing the same thing. They're actually chasing fish down in open flats, trying to find active feeding fish. And our day one leaders, Porter and Aldridge, are in third place. The winds are gonna be light and variable. It allows them to do what they wanna do and fish shallow cover. It's gonna be an absolute nail biter at the weigh-in. Could be tenths and even hundredths to crown the 2019 national champion.
Lucas Marine Oil. It's the only oil fortified with unique Lucas additives. Just like Major League Fishing, it's environmentally friendly. Sweet. Lucas Oil means purpose-built, high-performance product. It meets all manufacturers' specifications also. Not running Lucas Marine Oil is like fishing a tournament without a boat. Lucas Marine Oil, it's that good.
General Tire was born more than 100 years ago, right here in America. We've spent the last century tackling every kind of road this country has to offer, and especially the places without roads. So you know that with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Clean up your toughest messes super easy, super fast. Only Super Clean is formulated to do the work for you. Just spray it on and watch the grease and grime wash away. Super Clean is the only cleaner degreaser that is scientifically formulated to kick any mess to the curb, so you can move on to more important things. For all of your greasiest, grimiest, toughest tasks around the house, shop, or garage, Super Clean gets the job done. Super Clean. Super easy, super fast.
B&M Poles, the #1 crappie pole company in the world. More tournament wins than any other crappie pole. BNMPoles.com. The American Crappie Trail is brought to you by Lucas Oil Marine Products. Made in America, sold to the world. B&M Fishing, quality, performance, and service for over 70 years. Millennium Marine, the difference is in the details. Super clean, super easy, super fast, super clean. Racetrack, whatever gets you going. And these other fine sponsors.
Day 3, American Crappie Trail, Sardis Lake, Mississippi. We're sitting in first place. You don't want to be in first place on day 2. You want to be in first place on day 3, but we're lucky to be here. Glad to be here. We'll take it. So we got to run across. We got to have 7 collisions. We're looking for a collision. Only 7 bites is all we need. That sounds easy to do, but we're looking for 7 big ones. 7 little crappie don't do us any good. There's a crappie in this tree. He's getting on a weight. I'm gonna put a minnow in his face. The morning bite for me has not really been for keeper fish. It's been fine, but for big fish, it hasn't been worth a dang for me. All my big fish are coming after 11 o'clock. And what they do is they get settled into the day and calm down and position themselves correctly on these trees, and that's where all my big fish are coming in the afternoon. And there he is, first fish of the day. There it is. I had to put a stinking minnow. On there. I don't even know if he'll keep, but hey, that's a good sign. We got a bite.
Last year's ACT champions Tony Hughes and Jeff Riddle started day 2 in 2nd place, but a rough day on the lake starts them in 7th place on day 3.
Well, we got some work to do. We're gonna hit a few spots and get our 7. And we're trying some spots where we'd caught some bigger fish yet, but they don't look like they're there. We'll get out and have to chase them, I guess, get away from the trees. There's a few on the trees, but when the size is just not there. Being in 7th, we're close enough. We still have a shot, but we're going to have one of those banner days to do it. And most of the guys that are in this, they're just so good. They're so consistent. They're not going to fall off enough for us, I don't think. They're tough. You can't slip, and we slipped yesterday, and now we've got a big hill to climb.
We're going to have to do something different in a minute. Yeah, it's looking bad. Looking Graham here.
The team of Marty Snyder and Jackie Albin finished day 1 in 6th place, and on day 2 jumped up into the 4th slot.
It's the 3rd day of the tournament. A lot of pressure today. Fish had bite a lot slower this morning, a lot more scattered. I think today the person catching this one big kicker fish would make a heck of a difference. A lot of bait fish out here. Mostly just out in the open this morning. We're seeing some small fish on the trees. I hope it gets better.
Well, good Lord. That one ain't gonna work.
Gotta be bigger. It's hard to get the fish to hold still in 3 days, you know that?
The team of Porter and Aldridge is one of the few teams spider rigging the national championship. They finished day 1 on top and fell to 3rd on day 2.
We didn't have much of a strategy going into day 1.
But we come up here and fished back to the basics like we've always fished. 8 poles, single jigs, shallow water, fishing structure, and ended up leading day 1. Only team to break the 11-pound mark. And yesterday, we needed a kicker fish. We had good solid fish, but we needed that one kicker. Like a few of the other top teams, they all had a 2-pound fish and we didn't have. So we fell back to 3rd place, but we're still, I think we're 4/10 out of 4/10 out of 1st. So I mean, that's just you get lucky, catch a 2-pound, tuna 220. Or just catch a big fish. The guys that's above us, if they don't catch a big fish like we didn't yesterday, man, it's definitely not over. We just hope that we can get a few more out of this spot. Never fished a spot this much. We fished this same spot 2 days, total of around 15 hours. We will have to pull the ripcord today and go back to live scoping, find the fish. If I can find the fish, he can catch them. There, get it. Everybody else that's been live scoping all week out in the timber, they kind of got an edge on us. They know where they've been catching fish. We're going to have to go and pre-fish on the 3rd day of the national championship. But like I said, I still think if we can get 4 fish out of here, I'll feel pretty confident that we can catch 3 more out there and give them a run for their money.
More Day 3 action is straight ahead as Championship Saturday continues on the American Crappie Trail. From the tackle store to your truck, to your boat on the lake, back to the ramp, and all the way home, Angle Coolers have you covered.
Hello everybody, I'm Bill Dance. You know, I've been fishing for more than 60 years now. I know how to keep comfortable. Millennium Shade Tree Umbrella Holder will hold your shade tree umbrella shaft precisely where you need it, whether you're fishing from your own pedestal seat or Millennium's double seat sidekick. Trust me, this device will hold the umbrella perfectly while you hold the fish, of course. Millennium Shade Tree Umbrella Holder. You're gonna love it. To find out more about other great products from Millennium Marine, check them out at millenniummarine.com.
Getting a high-quality, American-made product at one of the best price points in the industry, customer service that's second to none. More importantly, they flat out catch fish. Every hour I spend fishing, I spend countless hours off the water, managing tackle, taking care of my truck and boat. Sometimes I'm on the road for 6 weeks straight. With Lucas Oil products, I know my truck is always ready so I can stay on the road and focus on the water. Lucas Oil, made in America, sold to the world.
The American Crappie Trail is brought to you by Lucas Oil Outdoor Line, superior protection, superior performance. Mercury Marine, the official engine of the American Crappie Trail. O'Reilly Auto Parts, better prices. General Tire, anywhere is possible. Power Pole, Total Boat Control. Angle Coolers, the original roto-molded high-performance cooler, and these other fine sponsors. Welcome back to the American Crappie Trail. B&M teammates Brian and Darren Young finished day one with 10.34 pounds, putting them in 5th place, only 2/10 behind Haybear and Smith. On day 2, they put the pedal to the metal and jumped up to 2nd place, trailing the leader by only 0.18 pounds.
I got him. Right side. Huh? Right side. God dang. You got him. I've looked at live scope for about 500 hours in the last 3 months. A lot of time on the water. I guide on my lake back home. I look at it. I've done a lot of trips. The big ones, they act different. They set different. They swim different. We threw a fish back the other day, caught a fish, and it swam under the surface of the water, and the water had enough clarity to it. We just watched her swim off. And she would stop, and she'd swim, and she'd stop. She'd swim, and she'd stop. And every time we see that, we knew that was a crappie. The catfish will just wave his tail the whole time. Now, the hardest, the ones that can fool you are them 2 or 3 pound catfish that's just set still when you pull up on them. You think it's a big crappie. But you gotta, if you think it's a big crappie and you're fishing for thousands of dollars, you've got to spend a little time on them and fish for the fish if you don't know, because you really just don't know. When we started looking, we noticed that these big ones, they kind of look like catfish, but they're always a little separate from the tree. And if you get up on them too quick, they'll swim off on you. We missed one yesterday, a big one. I mean, we had a 196, and this fish was as big as that one that we could tell on the scope. And we just didn't execute very well yesterday. We still had 1140, but we could have had 12 pounds if we had that fish. Our first tournament, there was 65 teams in it. Yep. We finished 62nd. Don't be scared to take that butt whooping, because it'll make you a better fisherman. Well, last national championship, we were 5th going into the final day, and we fished for a big fish that would have won the tournament for us, and we put it on her nose 11 times. She turned on it twice, and she wouldn't eat it. If we have 11 pounds on our scales, we'll feel really good.
As time remaining on the water grows shorter, first day leaders Porter and Aldridge have switched things up, now relying more on their live scope and fishing single poles and single jigs.
Yeah, we've fished that same spot for 2 days, and we knew that yesterday we'd got about all we could get out of it, and but it's been too good to us to quit, so we decided right there. We decided we was gonna fish it till 10 o'clock, and them fish are moving out of them bushes and moving down the lake, and we decided we're gonna live scope the rest of the day and try to pick them off as they're working. And we ain't been doing it 10 minutes and already upgraded 2 fish, so I think if we cover enough water, we ought to maybe upgrade a couple of more.
The Millennium Marine team of Tony Hughes and Jeff Riddle are doing what they can to move back up in the standings, trying to improve on the 7th place finish they had ending day 2.
Well, like I said, last year we won, and we've got some good fish today. We need 2 or 3 more good ones to even have a chance, but just being in the top 10 with a class of people or fishermen that's here is just a great thing. We're gonna fish hard to the last minute though and try catching enough to try winning. We've got around probably 9 pound in the live well. We lost 1.5 pound fish earlier that's probably gonna come back to haunt us. But nothing we could do. They're so wild when you catch them out here like this. They just, it's hard to keep them buttoned up. I guess they're so mad because they feel tricked. we're just kind of, if nothing else, stay where we're at right now. I think we're in 7th place. That'll really help us on points for Angler Team of the Year, and won't be too bad a finish. Not like first.
Stay tuned. More fishing action is up next on the American Crappie Trail. B&M Poles, the #1 crappie pole company in the world. More tournament wins than any other crappie pole. BNMPoles.com.
Clean up your toughest messes super easy, super fast. Super Clean Floor Absorbent is formulated to do the work for you. Just apply and watch the spill absorb in minutes. Super Clean Floor Absorbent weighs only 3 pounds, so it's easy to pour and store no matter how messy the situation gets. For the 1-2 punch and stain fighting, follow up with Super Clean Degreaser for a like-new finish. For all your greasiest, grimiest, toughest tasks around the house, shop, or garage, Super Clean gets the job done. Super easy, super fast, super clean.
Groundbreaking designs, unsurpassed quality, and unshakable confidence. Welcome to the Ranger Z500 and Z100 series. Leading the industry for over 50 years, these rigs are custom crafted and loaded with more features and advantages to deliver the ultimate ownership experience. The legendary Ranger Z series. Unleash next level performance. Mercury, go boldly.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
As a professional angler, my success is directly related to my preparation. In a tournament, I may cover hundreds of miles of water in one day. That's thousands of miles in a year just getting to the fish. I use Lucas Oil products to ensure my success on the water. Lucas Oil, made in America, sold to the world.
Welcome back to the American Crappie Trail. Kevin Rogers came into championship Saturday on top, but day 3 on Lake Sardis is proving to be more challenging than the days before, as the post-spawn fish aren't behaving as expected.
Well, heck, I need a big one. Post-spawn crappie, after they get done spawning and doing their thing, they love living in the timber for whatever reason. They just, all across the country, they move to the timber after they spawn. They just always have. Went out cruising around. That's how I caught my big one yesterday. He was just out cruising. I pitched to him and he reacted. He wasn't on a piece of timber. So, gotta keep your eyes glued on this thing. There's some little crappie there. We don't need little crappie. I'm gonna keep doing what I've been doing. I'm gonna run and gun and fish as much timber as I can, looking for a connection. Got 7 fish, but probably not even enough to keep me in the top 10. That doesn't help, by the
way. The B&M team of Ron Bilbrey and Tom Hankins wrapped day 1 in 9th place, but came into championship Saturday in 6th, with barely over a pound between them and the leaders.
We've got just over 7 pounds or something right now. It's not enough. It's not enough. We need a good 11-pound plus day. Unfortunately, running double jigs, I had a fish hit my top jig earlier. It was a 1.25 pound fish, and he got off and I snagged him with my bottom hook. And the rules are, if that fish is not hooked in the mouth, you have to throw him back. So we just threw him back. That's the only thing we can do. It hurt. I know it's only a pound and a quarter fish, but every little bit counts. It's a tight race. Oh, gosh darn it, boy, he hit that thing. You're right on him. You're right there with him up just a little bit. Got him. Gosh, dang it. These fish just aren't taking it.
No matter the size of their bag, time is up on Sardis Lake. The anglers head to the weigh-ins, and it's time to spoil the victors.
Charlie Fitzgerald, Dwayne Elliott, our O'Reilly Auto Parts sponsor team. In the hot seat, the Millennium Hot Seat, one of our new sponsors. Those seats nice and comfortable, guys? You're going to stay there for a while? They hope they will, but we've got somebody that's going to try to take you off that seat. They are Joe Rosinski and Luther McDonald. Our QPH Quality Plumbing Pro Staff sponsored team. Going to need $9.97 to knock these guys out the chair. You got them? Yes, sir, you're going to do it, guys. Sorry you got to go. 1064 two-day total, 30-30. First guys to break the 30-pound barrier, guys. Congratulations. Well, my good news is, guys, you need to get out of that boat and you need to climb up in here in the Ranger Millennium Hot Seats. You're our new leaders at 30-30, guys. Congratulations. We got our 8th place finishers. Tim Hebert and Andre Smith had 20.07 two-day total. They're going to need 10.23 to move into the lead, and yes, they do have a 7-fish limit. You did, guys. Heck of a string. Look at there. 11.20 two-day total of 31.27. Congratulations, our new leaders.
How about that?
Well, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to Joe and Luther, but we're going to welcome you guys up to the hot seat, so congratulations, guys. We've got Marty Snyder and Jackie Albin had 21.41 two-day total. Today, guys, you're going to need 9.86. Hop up in there in the hot seat. What do you think?
Oh, I don't know. It's going to be close.
You're going to do it. 10.27 two-day total of 31.68. You guys are our new leaders.
Thank you.
Step out of that boat. Climb on up here to the leader's seat. We've only got 3 left to go. Let's see if you guys can stay there, okay? They're the Pro-Built Jigs Pro Staff sponsor team. Bobby Garland of Brian Young and Darren Young ended up in 2nd place yesterday, guys, with 21.74. You're going to need 9.94 to move up into the hot seat. Yes, sir. Look at this. 11.50 for a two-day total of 33.24. Guys, you moved up into the top spot. How about it?
Man, that's awesome.
The good news is, congratulations, you're our new leader. The bad news is you're not going to the Millennium Hot Seat this time. You're going to come up and join me. So come on up here, guys. He was the leader going into day 2. He had 21.92 yesterday. He's going to need 11.32 to move into the lead today. Why don't you come on up here, Kev? Let's bring up to the stage the Bass Tank Pro Staff team of Kevin Rogers. You're going to need 11.32 to find out who our next national champion is going to be. Is it Kevin Rogers, or is it going to be Brian Young? It's going to be Brian Young. It's 9.85, two-day total of 31.77. Brian Young, Darren Young, 33.24. You're our 2019 Sardis Lake National Champions. Congratulations, guys.
Man, it is awesome. I'm shaking. I'm a high school football coach and playing for championships, but this is a trip. This is awesome.
Darren?
This is great, man. This when we started this thing like 3 years ago, we were on the Ouachita River. Out of 68 teams, we placed 62nd. As I told my brother, I was like, boy, we got some work to do. These guys right here know what they're doing. We got to get better at this.
That wraps up the 2019 season for the American Crappie Trail. Tune in again next time as we kick off the 2020 season at beautiful Kentucky Lake, right here on the American Crappie Trail.